Audio check, audio check. Black Friday morning, and Yabba Dabba Doo sports fans, welcome to the Barrel Toyota Ice Complex, Warrendale, Pennsylvania. Game 1, round robin play, the PIP Thanksgiving Bird Girls Fest. Yours, 16U Steel City Selects girls required to wear the home whites by the tournament. They wanted to go dark, but the tournament told them they had to wear the whites. So they're in the home whites. And these Canadian Stoney Creek Sabres, black with the golden-green trim. One note, we are playing up in this tournament. We're playing the 19U division, so our 16s are going to play a bunch of 19 teams this weekend. That's where Pitt put us based on the competition. These Thanksgiving Day tournaments here in the U.S. are a little interesting. You don't get a lot of U.S. teams because it requires travel on Thanksgiving, so you got a lot of Canadian teams. And they moved us up to the 19U division, so that's where we're going to play. We're on the World Rink here at Barrel, so we're tight. We're only 8-10 feet from the glass here, if that. So you get a tight view today. We'll be at Robert Morris later today. That one's always a little interesting. You never know what kind of service you're going to get there. We're on the big ice later, so I'll bring you what I can down there. That service there is always interesting. But Game 1 this morning from Barrel. For your selects, we've had a bit of a long layover here after the games in Rochester as the rig falls down during the pregame warm-up there, so she's in rare form early. We've got, I believe, Kiesel and Yenny out for undisclosed reasons this morning. No notes in the app, so we're going to play a little short up front and out back. We'll see what, if anything, that does to the lineup. Maybe Tindy moves the Swiss Army Niner back to D. We'll figure that out as the game unfolds. Got both tenders down there warming up. We'll figure out who's going to take the pipes in a bit. Minute on the warm-up clock, and we will get back underway. I can tell you one of the stripes has an epic mustache. So we got a mustache stripes and a young stripes. Waiting to call the game here this morning. And we'll be underway in 45 seconds as always. Thank you for watching. Wicked Slapshot Productions. I'll be back. All right, it looks like we're going to do 3 15-minute periods for this opening game of round robin play. Pip Girls Berg Thanksgiving Fest. That's probably not in the right order, but you get the point. Detling, Kinger, and Pilarski coming out here with Desai and Marshall in the back end as Pilarski tries to jump it, didn't work. We've got Jamokowski in the pipes to my right. Marshall brings it up, dumps it out. Kinger's going to go racing up the far wall, and we're about to find out how fast these 19Us are as Detling skates in, shoots, goaltender with the cover. We're going to get our first stoppage. 14:43 here in the arena. Bad view, but this is all you can get on this ice. I'm up as high as I can go. I'm standing on the top bleacher. Can't go much higher. And we're going to go to the far circle. Pilarski's going to take this draw. She takes it, puts it to the wall in the corner. Sabres pick it up there. Throw it up the wall. It took an odd bounce off Jimmy's glass, and they're battling in the corner. Kinger and a Sabre. Sabre up high and out over the glass. 14:32, and I've got to get in sync with this clock operator here. Every one of them goes a little different, so we'll manage the clock as we go. Looks like Kinger's going to take this one now. In that far corner, Sabres making an adjustment here, getting a player over to the far side. Now they got two over there in the defensive zone, which is a bit of an odd config. Out to Marshall. Marshall sends it off the wall. Desai's going to get there, hold it. Send it deeper around back to Pilarski. Pilarski in the near corner. Sends it up into the center. Kinger, or Detling battling there. Can't do anything with it. Kinger in the corner. Battling over on the far corner. Sabres are going to pick it up there as Detling falls down there. Here they come out through neutral. Kinger can't get a stick on it. Sabres gain the zone far side. High slot shot. Jamalkowski puts that over to the far corner. Sabres recover, send it lower. Pilarski picks that up. Here she comes back through neutral, out to the far point, not out. Shot from there, knocked down by Pilarski. It's loose in front. Jamalkowski paddles it to the near corner. Around back. Now loose in front, and Desai's going to pick that one up. Desai coming up the near wall. Desai, cross-ice pass, she falls down. And the Sabres are going to pick it up there. Here comes Klein, the rig, and the bar fight out here now. Line number 2. Desai and Marshall still in the back. As shot, Jamalkowski knocked that down. Rebound. Marshall pushed that to the far corner. Bar fight fighting out to the far point. Far point sends it lower past Klein around the backside. Marshall going to chase it. They've been out here a long time. Now they send it up the near wall. Bar fight battling in the corner. You got some fans in the way here. And now they're going to battle it around back. Sabres put it in front. It's loose on the doorstep. Jamalkowski skates over. Sabres out to the near point. Shot from there. Ray can't block it, but Desai will, and she'll send it all the way down, and that will be an icing. 13:08. That'll let Zivy and Schuler come out here to join Klein, the rig, and the bar fight up front. So looks like we are messing with the D pairs with Kiesel out as Klein takes that face off. It's over to the wall. Now it goes in behind the net. Klein going to chase it behind stripes. Sabres get their first. Schuler. Schuler pokes it up the wall for the rig. Rig steps in front of it. Sabres take it away from her. Now it goes around behind the net. Zivkovic there. Zivkovic up the wall. She's going to skate it, poke it, up ahead. Can't get it to the bar fight. Klein joins the battle. They're battling along the corner. Now bar fight comes in. It skips by that Sabre. Now high slot shot. Gets by Schuler into Jamalkowski. Knocks it over to the far wall. Schuler backhands it around behind for Klein. Klein reverses direction up the far wall. Up for the rig. Rig backhands it, but not out. This time Klein will carry it out. Here she comes up the far wall. She gains the red line, dumps it into the near corner, and that'll get the third line out here. Claherty, Makasenka, and Taylor out here with Swiss Army Niner, as predicted, playing defense with Dull. So we're going to be around the backside here. Claherty will pick it up, send it around for Dull. Dull up the near wall. Dull puts it up to Taylor. Taylor steers it out. Sabres take it, bring it back in. Claherty. Claherty up the far wall. Here she comes. Claherty still skating. Claherty still skating. Claherty dumps it off the wall to herself. Whacks it. Doesn't get much on it, though. And the Sabres pick it up behind their goaltender. Send it up the near wall. Dull. Dull cheats in. Holds it at least momentarily. Now the Sabres pick it up. Makasenka throws it deeper. Sabres corral it at the zone. Cut it off. Makasenka chips at it. Cannot hold it. And the Sabres will bring it out up the far wall. Taylor pursuing. They skate around her. Get in. Shot. Jamalkowski knocked that down. Dangerous rebound in front. Jamalkowski dives. Her stick is way out in the far wall. And Claherty's just going to let it. That should have been an icing, but it wasn't, as Desai grabs the stick for Jamalkowski. Brings it back to her. That would have been a hell of a far skate for her to get it. Kaya recovered it. Marshall and Desai in the backyard. Now we got Detling back out here with Kinger and Pilarski. Loose in front. Pilarski cuts that off, knocks it to the wall. She picks it up behind the net. Here she comes dangerously through the center of the zone. Puts it over to Kinger too far. She tips it ahead to wave off the icing. And the Stoney Creek goaltender will cover it up with 10:57 to go, first period. So speed so far we're matched. I would say puck handling, they're a little ahead of where we are. We'll see how this game unfolds. It's been a little lopsided early as Pilarski takes this draw. Sabres pick it up behind their goaltender. Looking for a way out as Detling pressures. Now they send it up the near wall and out through neutral. Marshall back and Kinger joining. They get around Marshall. Good burst of speed there. Kinger knocks it all the way across over to the far circle. Now they whack it back around to this side, Pilarski does. Sabres hold the near point. They send it back down the near wall into the corner by Stripes, and now they send it into the center. Detling picks it up. Here they come. Kinger with Detling. Detling tips it ahead, and it came off a Sabre. No icing. This one goes into the near corner, around the backside. Up the far wall. Klein out here now with the rig, and they got to get Detling off to get the bar fight. This one's going to come all the way up, come all the way down, and that will be an icing. With 10-10 here in the arena, we'll go down to the far corner for a draw. Looks like it's going to be Klein will step in and take this one in the far corner. Bar fight joins Klein in the rig. We got Schuler and Zivy in the backyard. They send it around the backside, the Sabres do, up the near wall now, and Zivkovic steps in front of that bar fight, puts it to the rig. Rig can't quite get a handle on it. Then she throws it back in front to the bar fight, couldn't do anything with it. Rig behind the net, Rig out front, off the side of the net, Rig again, throws it in front, save into the near corner. This one's going to come out, Rig backhands it, holds it, Zivkovic's going to chase it, send it lower, and the Sabres, Klein cut that one off Rig. Rig knocked it in, it's delayed offsides, they clear. Now it's in behind the net. Sabres send it around the backside. They send it around to the near side now. Now back around to the far side. Looking for a way out, up the far wall. They're going to skate it out. Now they're going to go up ahead. It's going to get too far on the tip, no icing. Klein chasing. Knocks that girl into the wall. They center it. Rig blocked that one. Now it's in the near corner. Near point, rather. Now low. Now around the backside. In behind Jamilkowski. They center it. Jamilkowski with a pad, saving a cover. From point-blank range, 9:11 to go here in the arena. Still, no score. Makasenka, Clardy, and Taylor come out now with Niner and Dull in the backyard. Jamilkowski with a big save at point-blank range there. As Clardy takes this draw, we'll get the clock back in sync, and now they're battling on the dot. Dull throws it behind. It gets in behind the net. They put it off the side of the net, the Sabres do. Now they send it out to the near point. It's going to drift all the way out, drift down, and the Sabres are going to get there first. They send it around behind. They send it back to the near corner. Now they send it up the near wall. Coming up the near wall right in front of us here. They cut across to the far side. Some space there. They get around Niner. Niner gets a stick back in. Now they send it out to the far point. Far point shot knocked down by Clardy. And Makasenka chips it out. They're going to call no icing on a tip. Goes all the way down, and Taylor's going to battle with the Sabre there. Taylor throws it off the side of the net. Makasenka can't get a stick on it. Here it comes up and out. Dull holds it, throws it down the wall momentarily. Sabres poke it back out. Here they come down the wall one-on-one with Desai. They got a trailer. Desai decides to let him go. Jamilkowski does her job, pokes it to the near wall. Desai covered the trailer, let Jamilkowski play goaltender, and it worked well. Here comes Makasenka up the far wall. Makasenka's going to dump it, head for a change. That'll bring Detling. I see Marshall. I see Kanger. I see Pilarski. Desai's already out here, so we got the top line out here now, and here comes down the near wall. Desai going shoulder to shoulder. Desai gets pushed down, no call. And she returns the favor as they put it out in front. And now it goes around the backside, and the Sabres are going to pick it up there. Looking for a center. Marshall hits that girl into the wall. Pilarski picks it up behind the net on the backhand. She regains it forehand, sends it up the wall to Desai, or Detling, who can't poke it out. Shot! Jamilkowski with a big save. Two big saves into the corner. Jamilkowski gets tackled. She's up. We got a Sabre, lost a stick in the crease, and here comes Detling up the wall. She does the old dinky dunker up the wall. Pilarski's going to pick it up behind the net. Pilarski tried to go back to Detling and hit the goaltender on the way in. Up the far wall to the far point, and now the Sabres are going to bring it out. They're going to bring it up through neutral. Here she comes to the near wall. Zivkovic separated her from the puck. Here comes Detling. Detling can't get it up ahead to Kinger. They're battling right in front of us. You lose some of it just based on the angle. Around the back for Schuler. Schuler's going to pick it up there. Klein's out here. Now Klein's going to step in front of it. Send it back to Schuler, who's heavily covered. Schuler back up the wall. Klein's going to skate over, but not going to get there. She's going to body that player into the wall. King's going to come join the battle. As Schuler takes a hit, King can't get her stick untangled to get it out of there, and now Klein will battle it up. They send it lower again. Zivkovic's going to chase it into the corner. Sabres get there first. Zivkovic fell down. Up the wall, Detling can't get a stick on it. Out to the near point. They throw it deeper. Zivkovic gets a stick on this one, sends it up ahead. Here comes Kinger. Kinger should get the red line and dump it. That's what she does. Here comes the rest of this line as Barfight and the rig come over the wall. Into the near point and near corner, the Sabres. Klein tries to hold it, can't. Diamond throws it in, and Klein needs to get out. She does, and now the Sabres recover. Send it back through neutral, over to the near point. Dahl's going to come chase it. Now they send it back into the center. Niner comes across to provide some support. You got Barfight chipping it over, but not out. The Sabres throw it deeper. Over on the far wall. Shot! Jamilkowski didn't need to do anything on that one as it missed to the wide side. This one comes up to the near point. Barfight pursues, can't knock it out of there. Dull with a shoulder, can't knock it out. Near point. Sabres coming down to the near circle. Rigg gets a stick out, can't block it. Shot from the far circle, missed everything to the near side. Now they're back at the near point. Ice is definitely lopsided this way. Shot! Rigg can't block that one. Jamilkowski covers. And with 5:41 in the arena, it's still 0-0. Shots are now 9-2, and the ice is definitely tilted this way as Clardy, Makasenka, and Taylor come out now with Desai and Marshall. We'll get a draw on the far corner to Jamilkowski's right, the left on your screen, in the bathroom, in the car, in the lobby of your hotel, out Black Friday shopping. And Desai's going to battle that one. Clardy pushes it around the backside. Here she comes. Clardy up the near wall with a burst of speed up through center. She's going to skate around this Sabre coming up through center. Here she comes. Loses it to the end wall. Stick tied up. Picks it back up around behind the net. High point's open. She decides to go there. Marshall throws it in front. Clardy with the tip. Goaltender caught it on the tip. 5:16. No fooling that goaltender with that tip. Clardy got a stick on it, but it didn't have a lot of mustard on it by the time it got to the goaltender, and she caught it for the stoppage. Clardy will step in and take this draw in the far corner. 5:16 to go. Puck around back. Sabres pick it up there. Send it up the near wall. Here they come. They send it into neutral. Marshall back one-on-one. Marshall steps in front of that player. Stops, turns. They're going to battle to the wall. Marshall, it's always a physical battle when she's involved. Makasenka can't knock it out. Makasenka taking on a player 46 times her size. Now it's in the feet. Marshall sends it across to Clardy. They poke it in deeper. Now Desai and Taylor over there. Taylor up the wall, loses it. Now she sends it to the near point. There's room. Shot knocked down by Desai. Marshall picks it up there. Here comes Marshall skating. Marshall looking ahead, tries to get it over to Taylor. Does. The player fell down. Taylor lost the puck to the end wall and just decides to loop around and head for a change. They turn it over. Pilarski picks it up there. Backhand, can't do much with it. Goaltender with a cover. Pilarski took that one away, coming through the center of the zone. Couldn't do much with it. And got a backhand off. Didn't have a lot on it as Kinger and Detling join her. Zivy and Schuler out back. Give you a better view of this draw in the far corner. Pilarski's going to step in with 4:29 to go. Over to the far wall. Sabres pick it up there. Send it around back. Now they send it up the near wall, or far wall. They send it back into neutral now. Detling tries to get a stick on it. Can't. And now Zivkovic will whack at it. Bouncing puck goes into the zone. Zivy whacks at it again. Pilarski sends it back, and the Sabres pick it up at neutral. Sabres back top of their D zone. They send it across D to D. Pilarski pursuing up. They come up the far wall as Schuler chips it away. And now they send it back to neutral. Sabres at the red line back to the D zone. Sabres D to D up to the line as Barfight skated in, but that ended up in a sloppy offsides. Good effort by the Barfight, just didn't work. As the Rigg and Klein jump on the ice with the Barfight, Schuler and Zivy in the backyard. No, we're going to change it back to the Niner and Dahl. So Klein talking to Dahl, going to step in and take this draw. And she pulled it to Dahl. Dahl didn't get a stick on it, and now it comes back to the Barfight. Barfight are all the way around behind. Going to try to get it up to the Rigg. She does. Rigg leaves it to the Barfight. Barfight to Klein. Klein chips it ahead. Oh, here comes Klein. Klein gets around. Klein shoots. Misses near side. Klein got around that player. Couldn't do anything with it, though. The Rigg holds it. Now the Barfight. Rigg and Barfight collide. Now it's low to the Rigg in the corner. Now the Sabres pick it up, chip it up the near wall. And the Barfight's going to battle with a couple of Sabres there. The Rigg puts a stick in there. Rigg comes out of there with it. Tried to center to Klein. Couldn't get it through. Over to the near corner. And they send it up. And we send it over and all the way across. Rigg's going to skate over there, but Niner's going to get there first. Niner taking it up the far wall. Niner leaves it for the Rigg. Rigg throws a shot. Rigg from the far point, top left corner. And it's 1-0 Steel City. Rigg from way out. Beat that goalie. 2:57. Rigg from the far point. And it's 1-0. Didn't get a lot on that one, but found the top left corner. And it's 1-0 Steel City. Tyndall smiling like the butcher's dog. Can't believe that one went in. That kid will shoot from anywhere, and that one went in. Marshall down the far wall. Now around behind Jamelkowski. Here she comes. Marshall tipped it to herself. Claherty knocks it ahead, going to go chase it against the wall. Claherty. Claherty behind. Claherty stops. Still battling. 3 Sabres on her. She's still battling with it, though. Now the Sabres pick it up, coming up the far wall. They send it across. Desai. Desai picks it up. Over to Marshall. Marshall. Over to Taylor with some space. Taylor. Taylor with space. Taylor shot. Blocked by a Sabre stick. Claherty picks it up, knocks it behind. Claherty centers, nobody there. Desai's going to retreat. Sabres go side to side. Marshall's going to step over. They're going to get the puck by her, but not the body as Marshall corrals it in behind the goaltender. Marshall off the side of the net on a right in front. Jamelkowski says no and bails out Marshall. Marshall with a bad pass in front of the net. Jamelkowski bailed her out. And Marshall comes immediately over and gives her a hug and says, "Thank you, Ava." Jamelkowski with the glove bails out Marshall. Minute 48 to go. Actually, it's a 56 here in the arena. I'm a little slow on the button. And I owe you 8 seconds, which I'll give you right now. Pilarski going to step in and take this draw into the corner. I owe you some time here. We'll get it back. Detling bodies a girl into the wall. Now we're back in sync. Around the backside, Pilarski up the wall. Kinger. Kinger puts it around behind for Schuler. Schuler in behind. Schuler reverses direction. Up the wall to Kinger. Kinger can't corral it. Sabres on the far wall. Now King steps back in. Here, King can't knock it out. Pilarski will. Here comes Pilarski through neutral. Pilarski's dancing. Moving that puck over to the corner. Around the backside. Looking for a center. Nobody there. Pilarski still skating, looking for a center. Didn't hit King. Zivkovic can't get there to hold it. She's going to retreat. Zivkovic back across. Zivkovic across to Schuler. Can't handle the pass. Schuler stops, turns, throws it up to Pilarski. Pilarski hits Detling. Detling up the wall. Can't manage the pass, and it gets past Kinger. Pilarski back to Kinger. Kinger throws it, and part of that line's going to go for a change. We got the bar fighting Klein. King still out here. 58 to go in the period. They send it across off Klein's skates. Here come the Sabres up the near wall. They send it in behind. Diamond sends it up the wall. Sabres pick it up there. She's going to continue to battle. Now up to the Rig. Rig on after King came off. Rig will chip it out. And they chip it back in with 38 to go. Dahl. Dahl moves it up ahead to Barfight. Here comes the Barfight. Barfight into the corner. They're going to battle it in behind the net. Barfight chasing. Sabres. Rig puts a stick in there. Klein takes it away. Klein pokes it into the near corner with 24 to go. Klein battling there with the bar fight. Dahl throws it deeper. Sabres cut that off and knock it down, and here they come. Last rush. Up the near wall. Dahl separates up. Dahl takes a shot up high. No call. Bar fight and Klein battling here. Klein up the wall. Klein's going to throw it deep with 6 to go. Head to the bench and probably don't even need that change with 2 seconds to go. The Sabres will send it back across. Stripes kicks the puck, and that'll do it. Period number 1 is over. 1-0 on a goal from center field by the Rig. And we are missing a voice in the crowd today. My good buddy David Dahl is not feeling all that great. He spent some time in and out of the hospital. And I can tell you, Grandpa Dahl, we miss your voice here in the arena cheering for the girls. We wish you nothing but the best as you continue to recover, man. And got to listen to those doctors. Got to do what they say. I know it's frustrating as hell, man, but we miss you and we need you back out here. So you got to follow their advice and get yourself better and get back out here in these stands because these girls miss you. We're sending you thoughts and wishes and prayers for a speedy recovery, buddy. Aaron's keeping me updated on your condition, and we hope to see you back here at the rink soon. We're going to move on to period number 2. I'll be back. Claherty, Makasenka, and Taylor come out here with Marshall and decide to start period number 2. Hit the draw. Taylor tried to jump it, but the faceoff didn't go the right way. And here come the Sabres. Back through neutral. Down the far wall. Now into the center of the zone, the Sabres. Now they put it over to the far point. Shot! Missed everything high into the near side as Claherty gets a stick on it. Claherty battling on the wall. She's going to hold it there. Now Taylor joins in. A couple of Sabres. They're all battling. Sabres come out of there with it. Desai holds the player up. They tried to center. Marshall cut that off. Marshall backdoor to Taylor. Couldn't handle it. Shot from the point. Didn't get through. Makasenka's going to pick it up. Leave it up to Claherty. Claherty up the far wall. Drops it for Makasenka. Makasenka spins. Throws it in. Sabres pick it up there. And, it's going to turn into a breakaway one-on-one with Jamalkowski. And they beat her low right side. And it's 1-1. They got behind the defense and beat Jamalkowski low to the right. And it's 1-1. Not even a minute into period number 2. And now this score's tied as Pilarski, Detling, and King come out here with Zivy and Schiller. So they got behind Marshall and Desai and tied the game. As Zivy leaves it for Pilarski. Here comes Pilarski. Pilarski dancing with it up the far wall. She gets hit coming through. Pilarski still dancing with it. Pilarski looking for a center. Pilarski still dancing with it. She loses it out of the zone. She's going to recover and gain it back. She's going to send it off of Detling's feet. Sabres pick it up there. Kinger pressuring hard. Now they battle it over to the wall. Pinch it by Pilarski. And here come the Sabres back through neutral. Pilarski got a stick on that one. Let's Schuler pick it up. Schuler leaves it for Pilarski. Pilarski up ahead. Here comes Kinger. Kinger up the near wall. Kinger rips a shot. Goaltender gloves it. Not going to beat that goaltender on the glove side. She's got a very active glove. And she makes a save. So here comes the bar fight, the rig, and Klein. Out here with Swiss Army Niner and Dull. Into the near circle for this draw. Klein knocks it lower, and the Sabres pick it up and send it around to the far corner. Sabres up the wall, and they regain, send it ahead. Mrazek's going to get her stick on this one. Mrazek backhands it, not out, far point. Sabres throw it deeper. Niner's going to get a stick on this one. She can't do much with it. Center high slot. Shot! Jamalkowski says no. Covers it up in the breadbasket. 13-13 on the clock. We're going to the far circle for this draw. Jamalkowski with a big save. And we're still tied. Klein going to step in and take this draw. Sabres, high slot. Now point. Shot from there. Got all the way through. Jamalkowski gloved it again. 13:07. Same players, same circle, different. Oh, no, we're coming to this circle now. We're going to come to the other circle. Stripes wants to come to this side this time. Klein going to take another one. Into the corner. Mrazek's going to get back there, whack it up the wall. Mrazek pulled down. And I believe we're going to go on the Akupa hand warmer power play. As we're going to put a Sabre in the box, I believe. With 13:02 to go. And I'm off a little bit, so we're going to set this power play to 1:28. And we've got the Steel City power play. This one's going to go all the way back down. Klein, Marshall, Pilarski, Claherty, and King are out here as the Sabres win that puck battle. It's in behind the net. Klein going to skate over and pick this up. Here she comes up the near one. No, hits the reverse card. Klein up for Claherty. Claherty can't quite handle it, but she gains it back. Claherty dumps it into the corner. Now around behind. Claherty gets there. Claherty around for Pilarski. Pilarski had room up top, didn't use it. Now over to Claherty. Claherty has Marshall up top. Again, goes behind to Pilarski. Pilarski finds Marshall up top. Marshall, heavy traffic, shoots, doesn't get it through. And they're going to ice it all the way back down. With 47 to go, I'm off a couple seconds. If we get a stoppage, we do. If we don't, we don't. You're used to this by now. Marshall skating. Marshall wheeling up through center. Marshall still skating. Stopping. Marshall still skating. Backhands it in front. Loose. Pilarski couldn't get a stick on it. Sabres will ice it as it hits Dahl in the chest. Dahl knocks it down. Pilarski gets out. Now they'll ice it all the way back. Marshall cuts it off top of the D zone. 20 to go. Marshall up too far. Sends it in. And ironically, that's going to be icing on the power play. So it's 11:47 and 16 here in the arena. Give you a couple seconds here. They send out the rig, bar fight, Taylor with Zivy and Dahl. Now the lines will be all messed up for a couple of shifts here as we recover from the power play. And we'll get the draw here in the circle. Bar fight's going to take it. Get the clock back in sync anyway. Power plays off a second or two as Zivy battles. Zivy can't get a stick on it. Sabres hold it in the corner. They're content to just let this power play die. Sabres player falls down. One of the Canadian dads wants a penalty. He was all upset. Dahl. She's out of the box. We're back to even strength. As another Sabre falls down. Sabres out to the far point. Shot from there. Got deflected. Loose in front. Stopping, turning. Jamalkowski with the save. Second save. It's loose in the far corner. Now out to the far point. Down the wall. Dahl separates that player from the puck. Tried to leave it for bar fight. Couldn't. This one comes up ahead to Taylor. Taylor loses it far circle. Sabres over to the far point. Shot! Got deflected. Jamalkowski covered that up. And with 10:56 to go in the second. Get a wholesale change here is Detling, Pilarski, and Kinger come out here with Desai and Marshall. And come to the near circle for this draw. As the draw goes over to the corner, they battle it there. Now around behind, Marshall. Marshall all the way up too far, and that will be an icing. 10:48 here in the arena. Come back here for another draw. This time we're going to the far circle. As Mustache Stripes waves them over that way. Pilarski's going to take this draw. Loses it to a Sabre. High point slot. Shot. Jamalkowski covered that up in the breadbasket. 10:44. So we're going to go to the far circle again. Get a quick shot coming off that draw. They do it again, and this one got stuck. Now into the center. Marshall can't quite clear it, but Detling will. Detling up the far wall. She's going to gain the red line, dump it. Pilarski's going to go chase it. Sabres are going to get there first. Up the near wall. As Marshall's trying to hold, can't. Marshall loses the puck, regains, sends it into the near corner. And Sabres are going to get there first again. Kinger steps in, can't hold it. Detling leaves it for King. King dancing around behind the net, can't do much with it. Struggled to get control of it, flips it out to the point to Marshall. Marshall just waited for it, dances with it. Marshall throws it in front to Pilarski, got nothing on that one. Over to the near corner. Sabres up to the point. Marshall holds. Marshall tries to throw it off a skate. Didn't work. And now Desai from the far side. Desai cheats in. You got Pilarski covering her high. Loose in front. Desai couldn't handle the center. Detling throws it around back to King. King up the wall to the point to Marshall. Marshall couldn't handle it. And now it's back out. Marshall drops it across for Desai. Desai up the wall with a burst into the corner. Around behind as Pilarski and King head to the bench. You got Taylor, Claherty, and Makasenka jumping on here. As this one goes all the way in behind Jamalkowski. Claherty bodies a player, puck up the wall. Zivy can't get there. Sabres send it deeper. Now Zivy will pick it up. Zivy looking up. Hits Makasenka with it. Makasenka stunned by that. Gets it ahead. Can't get it to Taylor. And now this one comes all the way back. Marshall. Up for Makasenka. Makasenka. Here she comes up the near wall. Makasenka dancing with it. Blind center went nowhere as it got knocked down by a Sabre. Now Taylor behind. Taylor off the back of the net. They golf it out front. Sabres pick it up there. Claherty picks it up. Claherty dances around one. Loses it into the near circle. Here come the Sabres. They send it up. Sabres tipped it. That'll go all the way down, and that will be an icing. 8:41 in the arena. Barfight, Klein, and the rig are coming over the wall. And looks like we're going to keep Zivy and Schuler out back. Coming to the near circle for this one. Looks like Rig's going to take this draw. See if she can put it on the net. Klein and Barfight will go crash. That's what she's going to try to do. Can't do it. Oh, she did put it on the net on the second try, and by that point the crash had already moved over. This one's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing. 8:32. Now we'll go to the far circle. And this one favors Klein, I suspect, on this side. We'll see. Yeah, Klein's going to take this one. So it'll be up to the rig to crash the net. Doesn't work as well on this side. It comes out to the bar fight to Zivkovic. Zivkovic tips it, sends it in, and misses everything to the far side. Rig comes over, can't quite get a stick on it. Here come the Sabres. They chip it around, and here they come up the far side. Klein battling. Shot! Jamilkowski saves that one. They put it over the wall. Zivkovic up to the rig. Rig gets shouldered off the puck, maintains, pushes it out. Sabres push it back in. Schuler stops, turns up the wall to Klein. Klein back to Schuler as Barfight got dumped. Schuler up the wall, and everybody overskates, but it comes out. Sabres back. Sabres back to the defensive zone. Sabres over to the near point. Sabres up, and here they come. Cross to the far side, and they hold it there. Zivkovic defensive support. She gets a stick in there, separates player. They regain. Send it in front. Jamilkowski paddles that around to the back, over to the far corner, up the far wall. Sabres. Barfight battling a girl 96 times her size. Zivy up and out. And Barfight took a heavy hit, kept her skates. Now Sabres up. Around the Barfight. Around Schuler. Shot. Jamilkowski with a big save. They flip it up the wall. Schuler can't clear it. Goes all the way over to the far wall, far corner now, where the Sabres have it. They send it in deeper. Sabres center comes through everybody to the near wall. Shot from there. Rig can't block that, but Jamilkowski got a pad on it. Around the backside now, out to the near circle. Near point. Shot lower. Rig gets a stick in there. Can't do anything with it. They have it point blank range. Shot. Jamilkowski with the cover. And that'll let the rest of the change happen as Detling and Kinger jump on with Niner and Dahl. Pilarski already out here. 6:52. 1-1. Shots are 20-7 in favor of the Sabres. The ice has absolutely been lopsided. But so far the scoreboard holds at 1-1. This one drifts out. Here comes Pilarski. Pilarski skating. Up the far side, Pilarski. Still skating. Pilarski centered right to a Sabre. And this one comes up Niner. Niner's going to knock it down into the near corner. Sabres cut it off. Send it back ahead all the way down, and that will be an icing. 6:32 near corner circle, near corner draw. As it is not warm here at the Barrow Toyota Ice Center. And the Akupa hand warmers are not charged. So I got to charge those bad boys up before the later game today. Kinger puts it right on net all the way over to the far side. Detling can't get there. Sabres up the wall. They send it ahead. And here they come through neutral. They skate in. That is offsides. We're at 6:20. I messed the clock up here. So we're going to come to the Smiling Moose dot for this draw. Put the clock back in sync. My good buddy Scarfo and the Smiling Moose for all your post-game burger and beer needs. Go see Scarfo at the Smiling Moose. Sabres send it across. Detling can't get a stick in there. Kinger got a stick on that, held it. Sabres pick it up, send it the other way. Kinger got another stick in there. Sabres pick it up. Here they come. Sabres across, and they throw it through neutral. Dahl sends that to the wall. Detling battles. It gets around behind. Pilarski centers. The Sabres do. Now it's in behind. They send it up the far wall. They send it around behind, and Niner's going to get a stick on this one. Niner up the wall. Niner still skating. Niner tries the dinky dunker to herself. Didn't work. Sabres back the other way into the near corner as Dahl picks it up. Dahl up the wall. No, cut off by Sabre. Now Dahl picks it back up. Dahl up. Gets tipped, and this one will drift into the zone. Kinger trying to get a stick in there. Can't. Claherty going to come battle. Claherty steps in front of it. Now King gets a stick on it. King around the backside. King lower, loses it to a Sabre. Taylor leaves it for King. They're battling. King gets pulled down, no call. Up the far wall, Sabres into the center. They send it back. Marshall lets it go into the corner where she's going to go battle with a Sabre. And Marshall comes out of there with it. Fell down, still battling. Sabres now. Sabres fell down, no call. That could have been a trip on Marshall easily. They didn't call it. Sabres low. Send it across the goal mouth over to the near wall where Claherty's going to pick it up. Claherty behind, hits the Uno reverse card. Up the wall to Marshall. Marshall centers it for Taylor. Taylor down the wall. Taylor with some room. Taylor overskates. Puts it in front, and Makasenka can't get anything on it. They're going to send it all the way back, and that will be on icing. 4:32 in the arena. Back here for this draw. As Dahl trying to get Makasenka moving with a big cheer. Coming in near circle here, Clawherty for the draw. She looks around to see who's behind her. It's Marshall and Desai. Gets to the wall, Makasenka. Makasenka centers off the goalie. Taylor can't get a stick on it. Now she does. Clawherty shot. Taylor can't get the rebound. Far corner. Got a stick up in Taylor's midsection. She throws it into the center, and the Sabres recover. Send it up the near wall. Here they come, Marshall. Marshall pushes that player to the corner. Another player, point shot. Jamalkowski covers, and we're going to get a stoppage with 4:07 here in the arena. Rigg, Barfight, and Klein over the wall with Zivy and Schuler. Come to the near corner. For this draw, looks like who's taking this one? Barfight's going to take this one. Dives on the dot. Rigg gets a skate on it. Can't do anything with it. Sabres center. Still have it. It's in Schuler's feet. Now Barfight up the wall. Low off Jamalkowski. Schuler gets in there to clear it away. She sends it up the wall, but not out. They're still battling. Now it's out. Sabres pick it up there. Wait for the zone to clear down the near wall. Barfight battling with her. Schuler picks it up. Schuler up the wall. Barfight in a battle. Now it's loose low. Schuler. Schuler hits the reverse card around the backside for the Barfight. Barfight up to the Rigg. Rigg up to Klein through her feet. Goes all the way across. And the Sabres are going to pick it up there. Sky it up off the girder into the bench area. And we'll get a draw down here in this far circle. And looks like they're going to leave Klein, Rigg, and Barfight out there. So we'll go to the far circle for this draw. Should be Clyde. Rigg crashing the net. Barfight back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic throws it. Rigg tried to tip it. Couldn't do it. Klein tried to tip it too and couldn't do it. They both tried. Both failed. Same players, same circle, different time on the clock, and 3:17 this time. In around the backside. Sabres pick it up there. Try to center it. They do center it up. Here they come. Around Schuler, it's going to turn into a breakaway, but it's going to get too far. They try to center it again, can't get there. Barfight whacks it up the wall. Barfight up the wall. Klein was turned the wrong way. Klein whacks at it. It was a little too late. Barfight's holding it. Barfight pushing. Sabres come out of there with it. Sabres over to the near point. Lots of room. Shot knocked down by Schuler. Schuler picks it up there. Fanned on the clear. Over to the Rigg. Rigg will knock it out. No. She takes a elbow to the chest. Loose in front is Zivkovic, and player fall down in front. They continue to battle on the ice, and now Klein's battling back there. Klein. Schuler. Schuler can't come out of there with it. They get it in front to Jamalkowski, who covers it up with 2:25 to go. Here comes Niner and Dahl, Kinger, Detling, and Pilarski. Wholesale change. Shots are 23-8. And the game slowed down a little here. 2:25 to go, second period. As Pilarski takes the draw. Sabres, far point. They send it down the wall. This one goes around the near side. Niner's going to step up. Niner tries to get it up to Kinger. Kinger gets it up to Detling. Detling can't handle it. Sabres pick it back up. Now they're going to take it behind their goaltender. Detling overskates, and Sabres hit the reverse and come up the near wall. Kinger knocked that down. Detling can't get there. Pilarski will. Send it lower to Kinger. Kinger, they're all bunched up. Detling couldn't get a stick on it. Now Kinger. They're still all bunched up. Kinger leaves it for Detling. Detling didn't know it was there and just kind of lost it. Now here come the Sabres back the other way. Niner going to steer this player to the corner. Pulled her down. No call. Center. Point blank range. Jamalkowski bails him out again with 1:34 to go. Got a blow on the hands there to warm them up a little. Forgot to charge the Akupa hand warmers. You know, as part of that sponsorship, they should deliver pre-charged hand warmers to the rink. But I bet they're in China and have no ability to do that. So Would be nice, though, as this one's still on the dot. Now Marshall slides down to block a shot. Sabres behind. It's in feet, and here comes Pilarski. Pilarski with Detling ahead of her. Pilarski's just going to keep skating it. Here comes Pilarski with Marshall on her right. Pilarski still skating. Pilarski tried to get it in front of Marshall. She overskated it. And here come the Sabres back the other way. Kinger back to provide defensive support. Stands that player up at the blue line. Lets the rest of the team catch up. They're still battling there. Now they come out of there with it. Into the center. They can't get the shot off Jamokowski with the cover. And with 59 to go on my clock, we're going to get a stoppage here as people are sneaking in here. Jen Eves, be careful. She's about 6 inches from the tripod leg. I'm in a precarious position here on the rink. Just got to be careful with the gear. So now the Sabres knock it down the near wall. Desai's going to pick it up behind with 49 to go. She loses it back there. Sabres up the near wall. Shot. Tipped. Jamokowski had an adventure there but made the save. Up the near wall. This time it's going to be Clawherty skating. Clawherty up the near wall. Clawherty dancing with it. Clawherty still skating. Clawherty still skating. Still skating. Tried to send it out to the point. Desai struggled with it. Off the wall to Marshall. Marshall backhands it low to Clawherty. Clawherty with it. Clawherty looking for a center. Gets pulled off the puck. We're getting a penalty here on the Sabres. And we're going to go back on the Akupa hand warmer power play. We're going to get a holding call on the Sabres. And that's going to put us back on the Akupa hand warmer power play. And the power play doesn't work right. Now I can't get it to turn on. There it goes. We're going to go on the Akupa hand warmer power play with 14 seconds to go in the period. Klein will pull this draw. No, back to a Sabre. They clear it. And that'll kill the... Marshall needs to turn on the Jets. Marshall got attacked over there. And she was just skating back leisurely as Klein fans on the shot. And that was just a nightmare there at the end of the period. As the period has ended. We'll go to period number 3. I'll reset the power play clock. I'll be back. Oh, wait, we're going to get an ice cut. So enjoy the Zamboni movie. I'll be back after that. All right, Zamboni movie's over. They're coming out for period number 3. Got the Renegade playing here on the Barrel Toyota Ice Center media equipment as we get a little warm up, not much. Stripes is ready to go. Well, I could tell you I got a pot of turkey carcass soup under construction. Did all the boiling. I got the broth done. It's chilling in the fridge. Got to peel the layer of fat off it once it solidifies, and then add all the accoutrement to the soup. So we're going to have some turkey soup later today. Clardy, Pilarski, Kinger, Klein, and Marshall starting here on the power play. The Akupa. Oh, now they turn it over shorthanded as Clardy steps in to take it away. Clardy around the backside. Minute 5 to go in the penalty. Oh, she can't clear it. Marshall pick it up. Marshall leave it for Klein. Klein down the far near wall, and we were woefully offsides on that one. And now we're going to come back to the Smiling Moose Dot. For all your post-game burger and beer needs, stop at C. Scarfo at the Smiling Moose. Pilarski chips it into the far corner. Kinger going to go chase it down there. She gets there. Sabre gets there too. They beat, they bang, they battle in the corner. Now Pilarski's down there trying to take it away. Pilarski gets pushed off the puck. No call. King returned the favor and knocked that Sabre down. Continue to battle with 35 seconds to go. That one Sabre's holding up 2 or 3 selects. And she's taking that puck away. Now Pilarski. Pilarski loses it behind. Comes in front to the goaltender. Oh, they blew it dead, even though it wasn't covered. And we get a stoppage. So we're going to keep this same power play unit. 23 seconds to go in the penalty. 14:05 in the arena. Pilarski going to take this draw. Pilarski draws it back to Klein. Klein skates in. Shoots! Tipped! Goes over to the far side. Caught somebody up high. As here come the Sabres shorthanded around Klein. Shot! Missed everything to the near side. Klein's going to chip that around for Marshall. 6 seconds to go in the penalty. Marshall up to Klein. Klein loses it, regains it. Klein dancing around. Klein comes in front, now behind. Klein tried to send it in front. Barfight tipped it. And this one will come back out as we're trying to get the lines changed here. Rigg jumps on for King. And now they send it in deep around the backside. Too far. Marshall can't get it. They send it into the center. High slot. Klein still loose. Jamokowski with the save. It got behind her on a rebound, and now we're down 2-1. Wrong score. Now we're down 2-1 as the Sabres tackled their own player in the corner and might have injured her after the goal. Not quite sure what happened there. I was messing with the scoreboard. But the puck got behind Jamokowski, and they cleaned up the rebounds. And now we've got Pilarski and King and Detling coming out here with Niner and Dahl down 2-1 with 13:14 to go, third period. Pilarski picks it up. Here comes Pilarski up the far wall. Pilarski loses it. Detling can't quite get back to it. Now here come the Sabres back the other way. Pilarski overskates it. She still can't get a stick on it. Sabres send it in down the near wall. Kinger chips it out. Here she comes up the near wall. Kinger still battling it up the near wall. As Pilarski knocks it into the zone. It's a delayed offsides. Detling doesn't get out. Still delayed offsides. Now the puck comes out before Detling does. And now here come the Sabres right around Mrazek, right around Dahl. And Pilarski got a stick on that at the last minute. Out to the near point. Too far. This one will drift all the way back. Sabres will pick it up, take it up the far wall. Rigg can't get a stick on that one, and now the Rigg knocks it across the ice. Over to the near wall. They chip it into the near corner past Dahl. Round the backside, Schuler battling with a Sabre there. Schuler up the wall to the Rigg. Rigg can't handle it. Now the Sabres send it through the goal mouth over to the near corner. And Klein loses it into Stripes' feet. Klein gets pulled down. Stripes was moving out of the way, didn't see the hook. Here comes Dull with the puck in behind the net. Dull up the near wall, and that'll go all the way down, and that's going to be an icing. So Klein had her feet pulled out from under her, but Stripes was trying to get out of the way and didn't see it. Would have been a clear hook trip, but he didn't see it. So now we're going to come to the near corner. Klein rig bar fight. Schuler and Zivkovic. As Zivkovic comes out of there with it, hits the reverse, comes up the near wall, sends it across, too far for the rig. Barfight's going to go chase it. Rig can't stop it. Here come the Sabres. Klein gets a stick on it, can't stop it. Here come the Sabres up the near wall. Sabres, centering pass cut off by Schuler. Sabres up the near point. Now lower. Around the backside. Schuler steps in front of the player, but another Sabre picks it up. Tried to center. Rig leaves it for Barfight. Here comes the Barfight. Barfight up the far wall. 2 Sabres back. Barfight with no help has to dump it. We're in the middle of a change here. Claherty and Makasenka out. Barfight has to get off. This one's going to come down the far wall. Desai comes over. Steps in front of that player. Backhands it up the wall to Marshall. Marshall looking up. Can't get anything on it. Leaves it for Claherty. Claherty knocks down Makasenka. And here comes the puck back the other way for the Sabres. Sabres in behind the goaltender. Send it up the near wall. Desai's going to jump up, try to hold it. She does, but nobody else can catch up to it. Here come the Sabres back the other way. Sabres drop it across, cut off by Desai. Desai leaves it for Claherty. Claherty hooked, no call. And now the Sabres send it across D to D. That stick was deep in Claherty's midsection, no call. And around behind the net, Claherty directing traffic around to Taylor. Taylor around the backside, dangerously in front of the net for Marshall. Makasenka picks it up, sends it up the wall to the Sabres. Sabres in the far circle, now out to the far point. Shot! Lots of traffic in front. Tip. Jamilkowski got the tip of the pad on that one. Taylor up for Claherty. Claherty skies it into the corner, and they're going to head for partial change anyway. I see Kinger. And there's Pilarski. And Detling comes on. Detling sends it across. Kinger over there. Kinger battling. Sabres take it away. They send it all the way across, and now they're going to come up the far wall. Here they come into the center of the zone. Dahl pokes that away. Far circle. They dance around one player. In again. Shot. Big Ben strikes one, and it comes over to the near side as Detling chips it up the wall. Detling fights through the stick hold. Here comes Dahl up the wall. Dahl loses the puck in behind the net. Kinger loses the puck. Now Dahl battling. Gets it around back to Kinger. Kinger can't center it. Comes all the way out top. Pilarski leaves it, and it's a giveaway. And here comes a Sabre down the near wall. Niner gets in there as the player loses the puck in the corner. Niner picks it up, takes it around behind the net. Niner up for Kinger. Kinger's momentum was carrying her the wrong way. And here she comes up the wall. Kinger up the near wall. Hooked again. Kinger pulled down. No call. I'm not sure how they missed that call. Mustache stripes. Loose in the center of the zone. Jamilkowski knocks that out with the blocker. There's a stick around King's neck, and they pulled her down, and there's no call right in front of him. Here comes Klein up the wall. Klein loses it up the wall. Sabres hold it. Send it in lower. Now they battle it out. Rig on. Claherty gets in behind. Claherty dancing. Didn't get much on that one, and the Sabres goalie with the save. Puck got in too deep. Claherty couldn't get much on that one. And with 8:26 to go, Klein, Rig, and looks like they're going to leave Claherty out here with her. So maybe they're changing the lines up a little bit here. As Zivy and Schuler in the backyard. Rig out to Zivkovic. Zivkovic tried to put it back to the Rig, didn't get anything on it. And here come the Sabres up the near wall. Zivkovic pushes her to the corner. Klein steps in front of that player. Takes the body. Zivkovic up to Claherty. Claherty with the Rig trailing. Claherty up the wall. Claherty loses the puck coming down the wall, regains. Claherty tries to center for the Rig, couldn't get it there. Girl was in front of the Rig, and this one comes all the way back into the near corner. Loose on the corner. Rig gets a stick on it. Rig sends it lower. Rig centered. Diamond couldn't get a stick on it. Now they send it out. Taylor leaves it for Schuler. Schuler across for Bar fight sends it in front, and the Sabres are going to pick that up. It's going to come all the way back down. Jamalkowski's going to leave it for Zivkovic. Zivkovic didn't get much on that one, didn't clear it, and that's going to turn into trouble at the near point. Now Zivkovic picks it up, sends it lower. Bar fight around the backside. Schuler around for Bar fight. Bar fight loses it back there to a Sabre. Bar fight still battling. Still battling back there. Schuler in the bar fight. Bar fight's got a stick in her midsection, no call. Taylor knocks a girl down with a shoulder. They send it in lower. Still battling here in the corner. Now Makasenka's going to pick it up. Here she comes. Makasenka up the near wall. Makasenka with Taylor trailing. Makasenka comes down into the corner, loses the puck. Battles along the wall. Sabres take that away with 6:50 to go. Sabres up the far wall. Sabres cut it back into the center. They send it up ahead. Pass Marshall. Marshall picks it up. Marshall up the near wall. Marshall battles, loses it there. Up ahead. Centers. They gain it. That looked offsides to me. High slot. Shot tipped up high off the glass. They send it around. Battling in the corner. Detling behind the net. Detling going to pick it up there. Detling up through neutral. A little bit of room, not much. Off the wall. She gets stopped coming through the center. Sabres pick it up behind, send it up the wall. Marshall holds. Marshall has room, skating in with it. She's on the backhand, though. She comes across to the near point. Still skating. Marshall over to the far point to Pilarski. Pilarski back to Marshall on the give and go. Couldn't pull it. Kinger stops, turns, spins. Goaltender gloves it. 5:48 to go in the arena. Shots 29-11. Score 2-1 Sabres. 19 of you still sticking with me out there. I'm grateful. This one comes out to the point too far for Desai. Desai sends it in. It's delayed offsides. We loop back and we're good. Pilarski cut that off. Kinger! Goaltender with a big save. Loose in front. Goaltender with another big save. And we're going to get a cover. Goaltender made a couple of big saves there. And we're at 5:29. Goaltender come up big there for the Sabres. Couple of really big saves there. Got to keep this pressure on. Pilarski out to King. King to Marshall. Marshall shot deflected. King can't get a stick on it. Sabres. They stop. They hold it. Pilarski can't get a stick on it. Now it's up to the Sabres 2-on-1. Marshall gets back, makes it 2-on-2. They send it across to the slot, over to the far circle. Shot loose in front. Jamalkowski comes up big. No idea where the puck is. It's loose behind the net. Jamalkowski getting tackled. Goaltender. They did not have it covered, but Jamalkowski got tackled, and he's pointing nets off. He's pointing nets off the moorings. So not quite. The second stripes came in emphatically pointing that the net was off the moorings. And that's what was caused the stoppage. So Claherty comes out here with Klein in the rig, as it looks like they've jumbled those lines up a little bit again. And Dahl up to Claherty. Claherty too far for the rig. And now it comes back here to neutral. D to D. And up. Dahl gets a stick in there. Can't stop it. Rig comes in. They're battling in front of us. Rig comes out of there with it. Rig. Here comes the Rig. Rig puts it in front. Claherty there. Goaltender with a big save. And I didn't have the clock going. We're at 4:34. I'll run her down and get you back in line. That's what happens when my fingers get cold. The clock doesn't start. And I didn't charge the Akupa hand warmers. So I got to run her down to get you back in line. We're just going to let it run. Over to the Rig. Rig out to Mrazek. Mrazek back to the Rig. Rig stops, turns, throws it lower. Or no, that was Klein. Klein throws it lower. Claherty tried to center. Rig was there. It's loose in front. Rig can't get a stick on it. Rig still fighting. They can't get a stick on it. Out it comes. Dahl back to Niner. Niner up to Klein too far. Now Klein has it in her feet. Rig will chip it in. Here comes the Rig down the far wall. Rig stops, turns, tried to center it for Klein. Couldn't. Or not Klein. That was Claherty, I guess. Over to Claherty. Claherty has it low on the wall. Claherty sends it around the backside. Nobody there. Rig was going for a change. Now we got Makasenka on. Up the wall, and it gets by Mrazek. Comes all the way back down to Dull. 3:50 in the arena. I owe you some time. We'll get it at the next stoppage. This one comes up the near wall. I can reset it. Now it's the third period. Klein battles it up the wall. Dull can't get it out. Sabres throw it deeper. 3:37 in the arena. Mrazek battling back there now. Dull up the wall. Claherty. Klein joins in. Klein careful with the cross-checking. They continue to battle on the wall. They hold it. Out to the near point. Shot goes in behind Jamelkowski. Mrazek's going to get there and pick this one up. Mrazek up. Too far for everybody. And that will be an icing, and I owe you to 3:12. We'll let her run down. We're going to the far circle. 3:12 left here in the arena. Taylor, Diamond, and Makasenka. As we come down to 3:12 to go here in the arena. 30-13, the shots favor the Sabres as Schuler knocks it to the wall. Sabres abusing her low. Here comes Barfight. Barfoot up for Makasenka. Makasenka's momentum the wrong way. Leaves it for Schuler. Schuler back to Makasenka. This time going the right way. She can't knock it out. Loose. Barfight can't knock it out. In the near corner now. Sabres knock it deeper. Schuler sends it up the near wall for Taylor. Taylor around back for Schuler. Too far. Makasenka can't get anything on it. Now Barfight. Barfight's going to skate it out. She'll at least knock it out before she loses it at the red line. Here come the Sabres. They send it back across the wall. Sabres send it back up to Zivkovic. Zivkovic, red line, blue line, down the wall, dump it in behind. Sabres get there first with 2:20 to go. Around the backside, up the near wall. Zivkovic should get there. She does. She holds it. She throws a bouncing shot loose. They send it all the way back. Schuler gets a stick on it at the red line, catches up to it at the blue line. She sends it behind Zivkovic, and it bounces terribly off the wall. Now the Sabres have it. Schuler again. Schuler up the wall, right to a Sabre, far circle. Barfight knocks her off. Makasenka sends it around behind. Zivkovic should get there. Can't get it out, though. Up ahead to Taylor. Back to neutral. Sabres go D to D up the wall, and now here they come. They send it in deeper. In behind Jamelkowski, 1:38 to go. Zivkovic up. Here comes Klein. Klein with Kinger. Klein to Kinger. Kinger up the far wall. Klein going to the net. Kinger can't get it through. Klein taking abuse in front of the net. Gave up. Here comes up the wall. Desai skates up. Nobody can hold it. Now Pilarski will pick it up. Pilarski to Claherty. So we got Pilarski, Claherty, Klein, King, and Desai out here. Net's empty. Extra attacker on Marshall. 1:10. Marshall with an empty net, being a little tentative. Now the Sabres pick it up. Oh, Desai went hard into the wall here. She's up. Pilarski's going to pick it up. Here comes Pilarski with the extra attacker on. Pilarski down the far wall, 56. They battle it into the corner. Sabres content to hold it there. Kinger can't quite get it. Sabres pick it up. Sabres flip it up. It's in Desai's gear. She lost it. Back to Marshall. Marshall up to Pilarski. Pilarski's going to throw it. Now it comes out. They battle on the wall. Sabres coming at an empty net. And that's going to be offsides with 29 to go in the arena. 2-1 on the scoreboard, 30-14 the shots. And we're struggling to contain the puck. 6-on-5. Marshall, Claherty, Desai, Klein, Pilarski, King. Claherty's going to come hide over here. It's not going to work as Desai's going to have to go chase this all the way into the corner. Desai up off the wall, but not out. Claherty will pick it up. Claherty ahead for Pilarski. Pilarski up the far wall. Pilarski loses it in the corner. Tried to center it, couldn't get it through. She regains it with 12. Cannot get it through to the net. Still can't get it through to the net. Kinger in front. Goaltender, it's loose in front. They poke it over to the far wall with 4 to go. Sabres are going to pick it up there, tie it up on the wall, and that's going to do it. Game over. Sabres are going to come out of this one victorious, 2-1. On a game that, quite frankly, was pretty lopsided. Jamelkowski kept us in it with a couple of really good saves. I bring you the handshake. Get over the YouTube delay. We're in action at 4 o'clock from Robert Morris. We'll see what kind of service we get down there. As always, thanks for watching. Wicked Slap Shot Productions.